You know what I'm drinking out of these days?
What?
Copper bottle.
Copper.
Someone told me to drink water out of a copper bottle.
You should drink out of this bottle.
I used to drink out of the Swell bottles. What's the difference between... That's 90210 bottle?
90.10.
What does that mean?
Google it.
90.10? Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone knows, all right, something a little different today. I've got the lovely Sandra across from me, and we are at Spaducci again. I like coming here because magically food just shows
it manifests.
Up. And vino, and I love it. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. But before we get ahead of ourselves, somebody got to do something.
That's me. Okay. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. I adore Bruce Springsteen.
No, that's a good one. The Boss. That's great. I love that one.
Bruce.
Now I'm picturing Courtney Cox singing on the stage there.
There we go. Yeah, happy a dream come true.
All right, Sandra, thank you very much, and thank you so much for being on the show.
My pleasure.
We're going to have something a little different. Obviously, we're at Spaducci here, so we're having some food. And Rosie, thank you very much. Hello, Rosie. She's way over there, guarding the ship there. And we're not going to talk about the C word because life is normal right now.
Absolutely.
Life is normal because I see food, I smell food, I see wine, I taste wine. Life is normal. But today, Sandra, I want to talk about... Let's talk about what? We're going to talk about nutrition. We're going to talk about how to stay healthy, what to do, kind of related to contractors and who's failing and who. I want to talk about the young guys buying food all the time, which annoys the hell out of me.
Where to buy it.
All that stuff. And I know that you were hinting at this 90.10 bottle thing. But
My water bottle? Yeah.
What is all that about? It looks like a Swell bottle, but it's not a Swell bottle.
It's a Swell bottle, but I'm just going to pull up the website so I'm not... It's a 90-10 frequency technology.
What exactly is that?
Okay. So...
As I drink some wine out of glass.
Basically, what they've done with this technology is like a torus field. And it's incredible for rebalancing, remineralizing water. They put water from Chernobyl in here. And after 30 minutes, there's like no traces of any... radioactive.
What's it made out of?
It's just like a regular bottle, but then there's like a torus field inside of it. Let me pull it up. It's easier for me to.
And does it work? Like, what does exactly what?
It's like bioenergetics.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like a Swell bottle on roids or something.
Totally.
That's what it is. It looks like it.
Yeah.
So you're saying that we should put water in this and then what? Let it soak overnight?
Yeah, basically, I mean, I'm a huge believer in drinking filtered water. I mean, our municipal water has everything from fluoride, chlorine, pharmaceuticals, birth control pills, everything. You name it, it's in there. So this is one of the easiest ways to filter water.
Okay, so 90.10, and that's the company, that's the brand?
That's the brand, and we're probably going to be bringing it in, so you'll be able to find it on our Bottega online.
So I'm seeing Sandra's Selections. Is this a little thing that's going on here?
That's something going on here. It's Spaducci, so anything with that badge is identifying products that are GMO-free, organic ingredients, no refined processed sugars, clean, and good for you, obviously.
So why should we be all like doing this stuff? Because I know that in our 20s, we would just eat dirt and just
in
survive.
Our 20s, that was a different era, right? Our planet has gone through some
you got a very good point. In the last 20, 30 years, things have changed.
Our soils are depleted of the minerals and nutrients they used to have at one time. Our air, our atmosphere is filthy. So... we really have to fortify ourselves from the inside out.
You're making me nervous, Sandra.
Sorry.
You're making me nervous.
You're at the right place. We have everything. We fix.
All right, so where do you want to begin? How do we begin here? So obviously we're at Spaducci, so Spaducci.com.
Spaducci.com.
And on IG it's Spaducci.
At Spaducci,
No, at Spaducci, right? Mm-hmm. But then you also have your website as well, too?
SandraFlorio.com.
Okay, and for the non-Italians out there, how do you spell the last name?
Florio.
Okay, and all the other Italians out there, they just roll
Florio.
their eyes on me.
Just
That's
roll
all
the
it
R.
is, okay? All right, now that we got out of the way, so let's talk about how and what and why.
Why nutrition?
Yeah, why do we have to listen? I started being conscious of what was going inside my body probably about 15 years ago.
There you go.
So I'm pushing 50, and all of a sudden in my 30s, I started realizing things were moving slower. Things were hurting longer,
Yeah.
harder to get out of bed
Totally.
in the morning, right?
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's not as bad because I have changed certain things. But
Yeah.
then even off mic, we started talking about, eyesight changing and all these other stuff. And you were telling me about how you get these multivitamins or all kinds of vitamins, and it's about absorption.
It's about absorption, yeah. A
Not
lot
just
of what's
about
going on
consumption.
now, it's all about the gut. And you throw stress levels on there. The colon is a very emotional organ. If you're not absorbing your nutrients, you could be taking, the best, most expensive products out there, but they're just going to create really expensive urine. You're not going to absorb any of that.
So that is true. That
Yeah.
expensive urine is true.
It's a thing, absolutely.
Because sometimes I don't mind seeing that really bright neon yellow
No, that
urine.
bright neon is a process of usually B vitamins metabolizing. So that's absolutely like a byproduct of you absorbing that.
So how does one properly absorb these nutrients?
You have to make sure your gut is healthy. And
That's it.
Yeah, a
That's
lot
number
of
one.
that. I mean, especially there's like a huge gut-brain connection, like your mood, your energy levels, even like your attitude, like depression. A lot of these things are related to poor digestion and poor elimination.
You realize I'm in construction.
Yeah.
You realize a lot of people listening are in construction.
And you guys are living on like coffee and drive-through. And the first conversation I always have with everyone, and it's a running joke with my family now, we're sitting around a table, but eventually Sandra's going to start talking about how often you're having a bowel movement. That's like the standard for your health, really. Like disease begins in your colon.
Okay, so without getting too graphic, how often should I be moving those bowels?
Well, like babies and puppies, right? One meal
Whenever
in,
it's
one
time to
meal
go,
out.
that's it.
Ideally.
So
yeah.
if you're not moving the bowels,
If you're not moving their bowels, I mean, I have some clients who don't have bowel movements for 3 or 4 days.
what?
Like,
give
if
me
you
3
can
4
imagine,
hours,
right?
Like, it's
See?
just I eat, it goes.
You eat, it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk to your friends. See how many people have that,
I've actually never really.
It's a
I've
luxury,
spoken to
really.
women,
Yeah.
but women are very shy about speaking about it.
A lot of people are shy about it too, and that doesn't help because it's sort of like a really underreported symptom.
So that's the first
Yeah.
sign to start paying attention.
Oh, absolutely. And the first thing that will help with that, and the cheapest, is hydration, like your water.
So
How much
if
water do you drink in a day?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll drink about 3 of those a day.
That's probably not enough. You need half your body weight in ounces.
In water.
In water.
A day.
Yeah. And that's without any coffee or anything else that's going to dehydrate you.
But then you're constantly going to be urinating.
At first, you're going to be like
But
one
the
of
rest of
those
it'll be
dried
absorbed.
out plants where you put the water in, it comes right out of the bottom. But once you sort of like re-moisturize your soil, which would be like your internal environment, you'll hold the water. And then you need minerals in your body to help you hold the water as well. So it's a holistic situation.
How much water are you drinking?
I usually drink about 3.5, 4 liters a day.
Liters.
Yeah,
Each one of
liters.
these bottles is about 750, or is this a liter?
Yeah, this is about 750.
Okay, so you're drinking 5 of these guys.
Yeah.
A day.
Yeah, usually.
No coffee.
Oh, no, I'm like you. I love espresso. It's like
Okay,
a
so you
food
have
group.
that.
Yeah.
These days, though, I actually, for the last, I would say, year, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but I'm doing the ghee butter coffee bulletproof
the
thing.
whole bulletproof, yeah?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Yeah. Now, are
And-
you doing that and not having a breakfast? Like
Yeah,
you're-
so
okay.
so I'm doing the intermittent fasting.
Intermittent fasting,
So
yeah.
the idea is that I wake up. Okay, so I think everybody knows this now that I wake up at 4 o'clock. I even beat my alarm clock
Okay.
sometimes, right? So I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I get out of bed. I don't tire to get out of bed. I
Nice.
get out of bed
Yeah.
because I'm up. And because I actually started reading somewhere where your mind is the most active as soon as you wake up.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
that, and then I start reading. So I read and I get my reading out of the way first thing in the
Nice.
morning, and then I make my coffee.
Okay.
So I do the bulletproof coffee. So everybody out there, it's Dave. What's his name?
Dave Asprey.
Asprey.
Yeah.
So I read his book as well, and then I got the coffee, and
Nice.
and so I actually purchase coffee every so often. I do the beans, I ground it,
Beautiful.
and then you get the ghee butter, and that's when I started learning about the whole ghee
Yeah,
butter
and
thing.
you're doing your MCT as well?
Exactly. So I
Acrylic
got
acid,
the
beautiful.
coconut oil thing, whatever, and I do that because that helps your mind.
Yeah.
The neurons or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it sparks your brain
The
activity.
MCT, it crosses
Exactly.
the blood-brain barrier, so
Yeah.
it carries all of that caffeine as well, which
'Cause-
makes
because-
you feel alert.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
Because I mean, in most people's family, there is, you get older and you do have dementia. You do have
course.
retinal dimension. So there's like vascular dementia. So there's all kinds of different versions of it. There's not just a single version. But the
Exactly.
thing is, these MCT oils
Yeah.
actually contribute to avoiding this
Yeah, no,
or
they
preventing
found
it.
1 tablespoon of coconut oil a day will help to reverse Alzheimer's.
I'm gonna be like, okay, whoever's listening, they're gonna find out a lot about what
Yeah.
I've been up to and what you've been
Yeah.
up to. And the thing is that obviously it's a trial and error. You got to figure it out, but
You
you
have
got to
to, for
read your
sure.
body. You
You
got to.
have to listen to your body.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing. A lot of people are out of tune even of how they feel. You eat a certain food, do you really pay attention to how it makes you feel? We're really disconnected in that regard.
We really don't. I noticed that. Okay, so I go back to the younger guys. It's not really about taste, but I
Yeah.
find that when you started paying attention to your body in
Yeah.
your 30s and 40s and hopefully in my 50s, it's really about taste. And you
about
start
taste.
experiencing certain
Yeah.
kinds of food,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, there's a lot of things that I'm eating these days that I would never touch when I was in my 20s, right?
Really?
So I mean, I would eat them and I would enjoy them, but now I'm savoring them.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. So it's like your body starts telling you what's happening
Yeah.
as a result of consuming this.
Of course.
We've always known about the water, but the unfortunate thing is that water in plastic bottles is not the best.
Not good.
You're basically,
It's
is it worse?
phytoestrogens. It's going to mess up your hormones.
Is that what it's going to do?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's not good, and that's why we're talking about this bottle. But yeah, so back to the butter thing. I encourage people to try it out because
Mm-hmm.
the thing is that I found as soon as I started it that first week, I was more alert.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Like I was, my mind was. When I say alert, I'm not like I'm awake.
Yeah.
It was my mind was alert.
Yeah.
I could actually, I could think clearer.
For sure.
That's what I started noticing.
You're
so all of a
stimulated.
sudden,
Yeah.
I'm drinking coffee.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of coffee. The way it's processed, it's not. There isn't because I started reading about how lots of coffee when it's made, when it's dried,
Moldy.
you get feces.
Yeah.
You get all kinds of animal
Yeah.
feces. You get bird feces. All kinds of stuff that's landing on that coffee, and then all of a sudden you go to your Tim's, you go to your Starbucks, you go to those places. That
Yeah.
coffee has some of those
And
traces of.
some of those big chains they're not like, it's not a Rufino Super Bar you're getting.
No,
here, right?
no,
Like,
and that's what. So you really, you know what? There's a reason why you're paying a premium for a
Totally,
certain coffee.
yeah.
But yeah, we all know that we love our espressos, and it's the same kind of thing. We
Yeah.
find a certain kind of bean, and even if you've been in Europe, the bean is different. It tastes different. All
Yeah.
kinds of stuff. So I encourage people to try the ghee butter. What it is that you grind the coffee, you boil it, you put it in a French press,
Yeah.
you put it into a container. I tried it the first time with a bulletproof. That's not really a good idea because it explodes.
Yeah, it does. You learned that the hard way.
Yeah, even though the magic bullet tells you that it's going to explode, I still did it and it exploded.
You're like, it exploded.
So now I use a hand blender,
Okay.
right? And it works. And then I
Nice.
mix it up, and then all of a sudden I pull out the blender at the very top and I let it froth a bit, and
Yeah.
that's how I get the kind of latte
that
kind
nice,
of thing.
thick, yeah.
And then you drink it, and obviously the first time that you drink it, it tastes very buttery.
It's buttery. It's delicious. It's
But
like,
it's delicious
yeah.
though. It's
Yeah.
delicious, right? So I've been on that for almost a year now, and I enjoy it. And then all of a sudden, I haven't been doing the whole intermittent cleansing for that period of time.
Okay.
I was on and off, on and off. I was
I
just
see.
trying it, right? But now I occasionally I do it and I try that, and it works, and I like it because
Yeah.
it makes me alert.
Yeah.
So then during the day, so the idea is that I wake up I read, I start my breakfast, I make my lunch because a lot of these guys on construction buy lunch from
course they
all
do.
these places,
Yeah.
and we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
And then what happens is I don't eat.
Right.
I prepare my lunchbox and I don't eat until noon.
Okay.
That's 16 hours.
Yeah.
That's 16 hours that I haven't eaten. All I had was a coffee.
Yeah.
And then I have my meal.
Yeah. So, and you've had your coffee at what time? Like 5?
5.
Yeah.
5, and then I don't touch food until noon, sometimes
Yeah.
1.
Nice.
Then I might have an espresso.
And you're not feeling hungry.
Nope.
It's sustaining you. Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like the
it-
fats, and that's what that does. Like if you were to just have an espresso or an Americano, you would be starving
By the
within,
time it comes around lunchtime.
Within like 2 hours tops.
For some weird reason. So what exactly is it? It's the MCT and it's
Yeah,
the ghee
because
butter.
it's sort of buffering what that caffeine is going to do. Like if you do a straight shot, and what we would normally have our espresso for is that little zing, right? When you feel like you want that pick me up. But that lasts a very short period of time, and then your insulin has to kick in to balance out the cortisol that has been released because coffee, I mean, as much as I love it, it is a shock to our adrenals.
Okay.
So your body has to balance all of that out. Your body is always trying to come into balance. And that's basically like what we have to understand. So you have your coffee. If it's not being, followed with some food or something, it's just going to like hit your bloodstream, create that sort of spike. And then other hormones have to be recruited to regulate that effect.
Okay, so what are guys in the construction industry doing wrong? Because the typical guy, I'm
Yeah.
going to guess, Tim Hortons in the morning.
Yeah, and sugar.
Sugar,
like a carby
breakfast,
bagel, donut.
buttery, cream cheese.
Something.
And then
So it's all sugar. Call it all sugar.
So they're getting a
Yeah.
huge high in the morning
Yeah.
just to wake
And
themselves
it's
up.
not going to sustain you because these are refined sugars. So that's going into your bloodstream and it's done within an hour. So you're probably starving again.
By around
Yeah.
3 hours into the day.
And then you're going to reach for the next fastest thing, which is another drive-through,
Who's
food
doing
truck,
the Tim's
whatever
run?
it is.
Exactly. And then who's going to grab
Yeah.
another coffee,
So
another bagel?
You're just constantly bombarding your adrenals, and it's like stress, and then you throw on stress from the C word and everything else we're susceptible to right now in our daily lives. And you've got like a recipe for just chronic stress, inflammation, and then your body starts to show the signs of that over time. Like in your 20s.
In what ways? The way your bowels?
Inflammation can manifest
Inflammation.
in so many ways. Like
So
it could
lots
be
of
itis,
aches.
any arthritis, colitis,
So
dermatitis.
the other thing that I'm also on is raw ginger.
Ginger's great. It's
So,
high in vitamin C.
yeah, I
It's
press
like
it. It's
ancient Chinese medicine.
It's
So
a
you're doing
pain,
it properly.
It's a pain in the ass to
I
press.
know, it's a lot of work.
It only lasts 5-6 days before.
Get ours. We have cold pressed ginger.
You guys have cold pressed
Yeah,
ginger?
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass to press.
I know.
But-
Get in little vials.
No, I normally make a bottle 16 ounces and it lasts me for the whole
Exactly.
week, right?
Yeah.
That's how I normally do it. I do a
Nice.
shot at lunch. I do sometimes a shot in the evening.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And
then
you're boosting your vitamin C, which is, the stress vitamin. So
it was the inflammation. I started noticing that my elbows, my joints,
Totally.
they were not as sore as before.
Yeah.
So it had something to do with
ginger's
that.
amazing.
So, okay,
Yeah,
it's a good
it's
thing.
a great anti-inflammatory.
So these guys are now having lunch and they're going to go and have a Big Mac or they're going to have
Sure.
a truck veal
Exactly.
sandwich
More
or
processed
something that's been reheated, and it's just pure sugar processed.
Yeah.
And that's going to give them a high, and then it's going to give them a drop.
And depending on their digestion, they might just be like mulling that over, and then it could be putrefying in your colon. Because if you're not eliminating any of that, that waste is just building and building and building, and
Back to food in, food out.
that back to food in, food out, and then you become like a little bakery. You probably get like a lot of like off-gassing, bloating, gas, all of those, indigestive symptoms.
So if you're eating well and correct, you're not going to get the bloating. You're not going to get the
bloating. You're not going to
flatulence.
feel
You're not going to get
heavy.
it.
You're going to
Really?
efficiently metabolize your food. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So now, afternoon, they finally have their espresso
Then they have their espresso. Yeah,
Okay.
probably like empty stomach.
on an
right?
empty stomach.
Yeah.
But now it's dinner time.
And now it's dinner time.
So what are they going to load up on some big piece of meat?
Maybe. Yeah, exactly.
And then they have a beer, alcohol,
They have a beer, so there's more yeast.
and then they're getting ready for bed.
And
now
then they're going to go lie down. Probably, like you need about 2 hours to digest. So if you're eating and then going to sleep within that hour, you're not sleeping. You're digesting.
Your body is doing the
your
job,
body's not resting.
but not efficiently.
Not efficiently. And your sleep isn't efficient. You're not repairing. You're not recovering. You're busy. You're still working even though you're sleeping, which is why most people wake up feeling tired. If you're not waking up feeling well rested, your body hasn't had a chance to repair or recover.
And then we haven't even added, I know that you hinted at it, the stress.
The stress.
So now the stress of the job, stress of
stress of
personal life,
everything, yeah.
stress of what's going on right now.
And most people are eating in their car on their way to somewhere, probably having a conversation on a phone that's stressful. Digestion begins in your mouth. You should be chewing your food. Like you release your enzymes to break down carbohydrates in your mouth first. You don't have teeth in your stomach if you're not chewing your food properly. You're already like setting yourself for failed digestion.
The food can't process properly or can't
break
be
down
absorbed.
properly. Then you're basically trying to like break down particles of food in your stomach, and then you get into a whole bunch of like leaky gut, all types of issues.
Okay, so how do we fix all? It's just a bunch of
We
little
need to
things.
slow down. Yeah, and who can
Okay.
do that in this day and age?
Okay, what are the good because I know that I've also read other books, GI tract and all kinds of stuff
Yeah.
like that, and then you start discovering that certain fruits are not good for you, too
Yeah.
much sugar in them.
Yeah.
but you got to be careful about that as well too. But then it's also, the older you get, the more green you should be eating, the less meat you should be eating. It's not that.
Not even so much that, it's more just portions. What happens as we get older, our hydrochloric acid in our stomach decreases, so it's like your digestive capacity starts to slow down. And you can supplement that. You can help with, like digestive enzymes, some hydrochloric supplements. Like you can boost all of that and make your digestion more efficient. But if you're eating whole foods, like wholesome ingredients, your body knows how to break that down. It's when we're doing the processed stuff, it's foreign to us. We don't know how to do that naturally. And then you're into like genetically modified organisms, which it's frankenfood. Like our body can't process that. So GMOs, yeah. And the body stores anything it doesn't know what to do with into fat cells. When your fat cells are full, we make more. That's basically like,
so that's why you gain weight.
That's why people usually get bigger and bigger and bigger as they get older, because they're slowing down their activity levels. Their digestion and all of that is not as efficient, and they're eating the same amounts. So they're not mitigating any of that.
Wow.
I know.
This is a lot.
It's like, yeah.
How long you been doing this?
Oh, like 15 years.
Okay, but now at Spaducci, you guys have set up certain kinds of foods.
Yeah, and Spaducci, I started here as a customer. Like, I came here my first time, and
funny, me too.
I never left. Like, it's literally like I've been here ever since, because I had never found any place that had such incredible food. And even just from the butchery, like farm to table, like grass-fed beef and pure, clean, like the quality and
there's
the sources.
A difference.
Yeah. And when you're like really into where your food comes from, like this is a mecca. It's honestly, everything you could possibly need is here. It's a one-stop shop.
Now, sometimes when I'm having conversations with certain people and I start dropping those bulletproof and ghee and all kinds of other stuff that I've been doing, the vegans come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, the vegans. Yeah. Yeah.
And they say, oh, you should really try vegan, Manny.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm like, it's the one thing. Listen, I prefer animals over humans any day, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, there's certain animals that just taste really good.
Yeah.
That's just the thing about
know.
it. So I don't know if I could ever go vegan. I have increased a lot of vegetables.
There's a lot to be said for consuming vegetables. I mean, minerals, vitamins, great, but we need protein, and it's the purines in animal proteins that you can't recreate with a vegan diet.
No.
And then there's a lot of anti-nutrients in beans and legumes. They're not prepared properly. You can actually be absorbing a lot of anti-nutrients that can cause like thyroid issues if you're not cooking your food properly. There's a lot of vegetables where if you're not inhibiting those components, you're basically setting yourself up for a host of other issues.
So you're doing something that you think is right, but it's actually causing...
And I find a lot of vegans also are really heavily dominant on carbs and starches, because they're like, I'm not going to do protein, so it's going to be starches and veggies, and there's not many nutrients in any of that.
I've yet to meet a really big vegan.
Yeah.
They're always small.
Yeah.
For that reason.
But small doesn't necessarily mean healthy and robust,
no,
right?
No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
I know that I first discovered gluten-free pasta here, which is the only pasta that I eat, and I think it's the best pasta. And again, from reading, you start discovering that regular pasta, trust me, regular pasta is really good.
Yeah, our pasta is really good.
It's really, the gluten-free pasta here, the red bag, the one that I have, is really, really good. You can't tell that it's gluten-free. It tastes good.
They do a really good job.
So I like, and gluten-free pasta is better for what reason?
So wheat and barley and rye, those are sort of the three big grains you think of when you think of gluten. And they have a long-standing history of being, genetically modified, a lot of pesticides, things that our body can't process well. So it causes inflammation, causes a lot of that gastric disturbance. People feel bloated, they feel crampy. It's like very uncomfortable. So avoiding that, you go gluten-free. And those tend to be more corn, rice, potato.
And then there's the whole connection between gluten and celiac.
Exactly. And that's the inflammatory autoimmune condition that arises after you've overconsumed gluten for a long period of time, and your body basically develops like an allergic reaction to it.
So when you do eat it, your body really reacts.
So when you eat it, it's like that straw that breaks the camel's back, and you get into literally like a whole host of like symptoms.
It goes back to the gut. The gut is actually...
it's all about the gut.
It's almost like a nightmare. Your gut is twisting to like a painful.
painful. And that will happen over time too, even with like gluten-free grains, because your body will process that as grain. It's not like rice can be a protein or a fat, like it's still a grain. It's like I always tend to say go easy on grains in general, gluten-free or otherwise, because, you know, we're really more efficient with plants and animals.
What are some? I want to try to figure out what are some of the myths that people would think are actually doing good things for themselves, but they're not.
Oh.
What are you going to scare me about?
What am I going to scare you about? Well, you mentioned earlier, like fruit, like a ton of fruit. Same thing. It's
a lot of sugar.
A ton of sugar.
So
I mean, fruit in its whole form, at least it's paired with the fiber that it naturally contains, and it's going to take you some time to digest it and break it down. But let's say you think you're being healthy by having like fruit juice.
No.
That's like crack right into your bloodstream. They're literally, it's like sugar. It's just, you're creating a whole host of blood sugar issues. You're toxic to your liver. It's a lot.
So no more juice boxes with the little straws.
Juice box with little straws, candy. Fruit is nature's candy. It really is.
I normally
and if it's not organic and you're having like conventional juice, you're concentrating all of those pesticides and herbicides as well. So now you're getting like the sugar plus all of the chemicals.
But these are
right
big
into your
companies that are
bloodstream.
making these products that kids are consuming at
know.
first, and then all of
I
a sudden
know.
adults are consuming
I know,
them.
and it's consumer beware because the labeling laws, you can literally label something sugar-free, and it can have at least 20 to 30% of sugar in there, and not even natural sugar. So, and you won't see that advertised. Like
Okay, so normally I have a Red Delicious apple a day to keep my bullshit client crap away from me, right?
Yeah,
and
beautiful.
that's perfectly fine, right?
Apples are amazing.
Because there's a lot of fiber.
Fiber,
There's some sugar
pectin,
in it.
malic acid,
Yes.
cholesterol lowering. Yeah, apples are literally like
Bananas. Yes or no?
bananas.
I like bananas.
Okay. But like the greener the better.
The greener the better.
The greener the better. If you freeze your bananas, like cut them up, freeze them, and then put them in your blender with a little bit of like nut milk or something, or even just some water, you'll make nice cream. It's like basically ice cream without, you know.
So why is a regular banana that's not so green bad?
It's just not as, it's not, the sugar content's not as high.
Really?
So again, it all comes back down to your blood sugar. And if you're ever having like your fruit, you should try to like pair it sort of close to a meal, not on an empty stomach. Unless you're doing something like a workout and you want that energy zing, and then
Okay.
you're going to like, you know, that up and down, because it'll do the same thing as like a coffee or a juice box. where-
Plantain the same thing as bananas?
Yeah, but
family,
if they're
but-
fried, then you've got them paired with like some fat for that crunch.
How did you quickly go to fried plantain?
Well, that's usually my association with them. Like, oh, I love it.
That's exactly
Yeah,
it.
you know what I'm talking about. You guys don't see him
Exactly.
nodding his head.
Watermelon?
Yeah,
Sugar?
watermelon. Yeah,
Fine.
but more of a diuretic. And the watermelon seeds are incredible for you. So like chew up the seeds.
I just eat them.
Yeah,
I don't bother
but
picking them.
Again, you don't have teeth in your stomach, so you
Got
gotta
it.
chew
So you
them.
got to chew them.
Chew
or it's
'em.
like they just go right through.
Chew them, otherwise they're going right through you. Same thing with flax seeds. That's like a huge marketing thing. Like unless you're breaking down that shell, you're not absorbing any of like the omega-3 or the benefits of the flax seed. You're just gonna like poop it right out.
I'm not big on pork, but I'm big on beef. But I like chicken. I love fish.
Yeah. Have you had our fasona piemontese? It's
No.
like a grass-fed beef.
Okay.
And it's so high in omega-3. It's beautiful. We do like a tartare with it. Like that's breakfast here sometimes for me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big misconception. Breakfast doesn't have to be like cereal
Nope.
and eggs. Like protein. Protein should be like every meal. Start with some protein.
I was on a big bran thing for a little while
Bran?
for
No.
breakfast, and I was like going, okay, it feels good.
Did it really? You're
It
lucky.
was feeling good, and then all of a
So
sudden,
you don't have like a gluten issue.
no,
Okay.
hell no, no.
Yeah.
Like I had no. It was working fine, but then all of a sudden I wasn't liking it because I started paying attention to what exactly
Well,
it's
yeah.
made or how
Yeah,
it's
and
made.
wheat germ, like what
Yeah.
a racket. Like that's
And then I eliminated.
GMO,
I got
yeah.
rid. So that's where it goes back to the whole processing part.
Absolutely. Especially, and when you like take the bran, that's like a super sensitive component of the grain. So you think about how long it sits in a jar on a shelf. Like by the time you consume it, and the same thing like with flax seeds, ground flax seeds you should never buy. Like buy your own whole flax seeds. Buy like a little coffee grinder you dedicate just to your flax seeds. Grind them up as you use them, and they're fresh, and you'll get like the nutritional benefits. Because by the time they're on a shelf in a bag sitting there, they're rancid.
Is that the big thing nowadays? Because it's 2020 going into 2021, and it's just these companies have processed the hell
Everything
out
is
of
processed.
everything.
And it's meant to live on a shelf forever.
We've created the
This
Twinkie
fast
grocery
food
store.
nation. Yeah,
That's what it is.
absolutely.
And none of it is good
the
for us.
illusion of convenience, but like a health issue is not convenient. That's a lifetime of struggle, not to mention the expense and the cost of trying to manage that.
When I started paying attention to I was reading certain articles about how certain places in the world had the oldest living people, and
Like
what
the
their
blue zones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, it was mostly Asians.
Yeah. Well, there's like
Farmlands.
Sardinia.
Yeah.
Like
So it's like it was their diet,
it's their diet, it's their lifestyle.
and they were living
Yeah.
healthily
Yeah.
into their hundreds.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And we're having a hard time living
Oh.
into our 50s.
I know. Into our 50s without being on a
Issues.
prescription drug.
Yeah, that's
How
the other
rare
thing.
is that?
I'm not even. I think maybe a handful of times I've gone to the doctor for your annual physical, and he writes me. He's quick to write a script,
they
right?
are.
And I'm like, why are you always quick to
Oh,
write
yeah.
this thing, man? I don't understand. You know, I'm not going to fill it.
Well, I see, and you're a unique patient. Most people see what their doctor is wearing a white coat, pulls out a pad. I'm taking it. Why would my doctor do anything, that's harmful to
But
me?
it's a man-made drug to begin with because you can't patent or monetize a natural
Even
product.
though they try.
I know they try
They
over
try.
and over, but
Yeah.
the thing is, and then they argue that whole thing about that herbal or natural pathway of healing versus the man-made
Oh, yeah.
way of
Yeah.
healing. And I get that there's certain extremes, certain things, but also if you look into the blue zones, the cultures, they have far fewer cancer.
Of course they do.
Like all these
Yeah.
really big issues that a lot of North American cultures
Yeah.
have.
It's their way of life, right?
It's what they're eating
They
versus
don't
what
have
we're
Wi-Fi.
eating. That's another thing.
They're not like in hot spots all over the place. Yeah.
Holy cow.
I know. They're sort of maintaining the human form the way nature
It's supposed
intended.
to.
Yeah. We're just like we're struggling to handle all of what's coming at us.
Yeah, but how do you, Sandra, how do you survive with a career, work, and still maintain and say, okay, how many hours of sleep are you supposed to have?
7 minimum.
I read different things.
And honestly, I should like qualify that. It's unique. Everybody has to
Yes.
know for themselves. Some
Yes.
people feel great on like 4 hours, 5 hours.
But
And
the
it's about your
purpose of sleep
circadian rhythms
is
too,
to
right?
regenerate your body.
regenerate.
And the thing is, it has to be actual proper
It
sleep.
has to be like restful sleep.
So I started paying attention to blackout blinds, no lights, no alarm clocks,
phone
no
before
phone by
bed.
the bed, all kind of crap.
Even by the bed, but
Yeah,
are
yeah.
you stimulating your pineal gland before you sleep? Are you checking your email one last time?
Nope.
Okay.
No. I put it away. It's gone.
Do you put it on airplane mode?
No, I put it on silent, but it's still in the morning because I got to get my alarm, right? But
You can have your alarm, but your phone can be like on airplane mode, so it's
shut
not
it off
pinging.
from what? Okay, I
yeah,
got it.
you want to minimize the amount of like assaults you're getting
So you
electronically.
familiar with EMFs and stuff like that?
Yeah,
So you're-
electromagnetic
and
radiation.
okay, I'm on the fence about EMF. I don't know
Oh.
if it's true. I don't know if it's real.
It's a thing.
It's a
for
thing?
sure.
It's a thing for sure.
There's a warning built into every cell phone.
We all know that.
I used to work with a company for years that was all about developing devices to mitigate the electromagnetic radiation.
But isn't it true Teslas with their batteries is one big EMF field?
Yeah. Well, any car right now with a satellite, you're in a microwave
GPS,
oven
you're in a microwave.
with wheels.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. So our cells are being subjected to a ton, and that's beyond our control. So what we can control is how we nurture ourselves and what we eat and how we sustain that.
But all these electronic devices around us, when
Yeah,
they're literally around us. They're in the
around
truck
us.
when we're driving.
Yeah.
We're going to work. They're in our pocket when we're
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
We go to the bathroom. It's in our pocket,
and,
right?
And keeping it like on your body is
All the time.
the last thing you should do. Try
Yeah,
to
there was
keep
a
it,
lot
like,
of
away
studies
from
that I
you.
read about EMF, how
Yeah.
men were getting an increase in testicular cancer,
Totally.
women
Yeah,
were getting an increase
infertility
in breast
rates.
cancer,
Yeah.
all this stuff.
Yeah.
And they were saying that it was linked towards the phone.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, there's you can see infrared MRIs where they've had people like before and then they've given them a phone to talk on, same thing, and you literally see like the hot zones light up.
On their
And
body.
then you notice there's like a tendency of more cluster tumors on the side where you tend to hold your phone.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I mean, the body is magnificent. It will adapt. It will adapt to what we put it through, and it can regenerate to a large degree too. But yeah, I mean, we weren't meant to interact with like technology
Bluetooth.
on this type of frequency.
Headphones.
No.
No. You're basically a signal right into your
You're
head.
a signal, yeah. Like everyone wearing, like, you know, and this is the thing too, like they hook us, like, hey, find out how many calories you're burning or how many steps you're taking, and we're constantly interacting, like we're always wired up, like.
I recently picked up the Fit Track scale thing. I bought into it.
Yeah.
It scared the shit out of me, man.
Sure.
The first time I ever did it, I sat on there and it told me everything, all this information, and I was looking at it going, what the?
Right. And you're feeling one way, and now this device is telling you another thing.
And then they're actually telling you what your metabolic age is.
Yeah.
And it doesn't line up with what your real age is.
I know. And now we're giving all of our power over to a device. We have to at some point know better for ourselves. Like, you know, if your device is telling you, oh, you'll feel great if you eat a plate of fries. And you do it and you feel awful, like you're going to know.
There's a reason why you eat something and all of a sudden you feel sluggish.
Yeah.
There's a reason why.
Like when we've lost that instinct, right? Animals will smell something and they will walk away.
Yeah,
like
they'll
they
know.
won't eat it. They know.
But we smell it and we'll still
smell
eat it.
We're like, meh, I could eat.
We haven't been eating. There's lots of pizza here and spaghetti, right? Look, it's all over the place. But okay,
I have
so
all my snacks for you too.
oh yeah, that's right. So you got to tell me more, Sandra. Tell me more about these things.
Where do we start with?
To pick one, palm bites. What are all they about?
Palm bites. Okay, this is a good time.
As I drink my vino.
These are dates that are rolled in nuts. So as we're talking, like dates, sugar, right? High sugar. But they're being paired with a nut, with a protein source, fat source. So you're going to lower that glycemic load. So it's not going to give you the same effect as if you were just eating a straight up date. You got to try one.
Sure.
It's basically like nature's chocolate.
So this would be a snack.
This could be like, yeah, this is like a dessert option. You have one of these, and they're filling too. Like protein, that's the beauty of protein. It makes you feel full. It gives you signals.
How do you find out
that
about
you're
this
full.
stuff? Like, where do you source? Where do you, like, how do you do? You just do the homework?
I'm a foodie and I'm a health nut, so it's like a perfect storm. So like all of these things that I've found.
It's almost an oxymoron to be a foodie and a health nut.
No way.
It's not?
No, like nothing tastes better than organic quality ingredients.
Because you can taste the ingredients.
You can taste it. Well, look at like even this
I know,
pizza.
this
like
is what
everything
it
you're
is.
having. It's doppio
It's right there.
zero, fuddy nuts, like really good flour. Gabe's award-winning salumi on there. Like it's amazing.
Speaking of which, I'm going to eat pizza. I don't care
Yeah.
if everybody said they heard it. I was
to.
eating.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Every time you're at Spaghetti, you're eating. I love it.
Well, what was you saying? You can't come here and not eat.
You can't come here and not eat. Like, what do you, like, you can come here and shop and go home and make an incredible meal, but if you're here, like, have
Recording
something.
a podcast, I'm going to eat.
Yeah, have something while you're here.
Okay.
There we go. Try one. There's almond, hazelnut.
So which is which? Like, what am I?
pistachio. And which one do you want? This
Almond.
one's almond. Almond's got to be this guy.
Okay. So,
So they're stuffed with almonds,
what is it? 2 of them in here?
rolled, yeah, and then they're covered in organic gourmet dark chocolate.
So they're dates.
They're dates.
Doesn't really taste like a date.
Tastes like chocolate, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like chocolate fudge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
But you're getting the benefits of the date.
You're getting the benefits of date. And it's more what you're not getting. Like you're getting that fix without it being like processed sugar. Just
So what's this good for? This is like a snack in the afternoon?
yeah, this could be a great snack in the afternoon. This could be like your dessert. This with like an espresso.
That's actually really good.
Isn't that good? And
very
really,
crunchy.
how many of those do you think you could eat? Probably
Right now?
2?
You got a box there of what, 20?
Yeah. I'm asking the wrong guy.
I know. That's actually really good. You don't really just taste the date.
No.
You're tasting the chocolate. You're tasting the nuts.
Yeah, and it's a whole food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your body is going to metabolize that. There's going to be no waste products. Doesn't have to like figure out where am I going to store all of these foreign ingredients.
What they put in the middle? The almond?
Almond, yeah.
Almonds in the middle.
Almonds in the middle, almonds on top, organic dark chocolate. It's a good time.
So obviously, if I got a nut allergy, I can't
Yeah,
touch
if you
this.
have a nut allergy, this is not for you.
It's a good thing I'm not one of those
There
kids.
we go. Thank God. You have a functioning immune system.
The only food that does not agree with me, for whatever reason, I don't know why, is Thai.
Is what?
Thai food.
Oh, Thai food. Okay.
Something about their spices just
Yeah.
does something to my body.
Yeah, it could be the spices. It could be the oils that they're frying everything in.
Okay.
You know, like the, and this is the thing. If you were to maybe take each individual ingredient and recreate it at home, where you have total control over all of it, you might find that it does agree with you. Like when we're eating out, you give up a certain amount of control, right? Like you can't possibly know everything they're using.
The one thing that I've done too as you get older is less salt at home.
And the type of salt. Salt is
That's
like,
exactly, that was just what I was
it's
about to say.
important. You need it for your minerals.
You taste it though, right? But you really
Yeah.
taste it. And sometimes I'll go out and all of a sudden I'll taste that refined kind of bullshit salt.
Absolutely.
And then there's-
straight up sodium, and that'll put holes in your arteries. Like it's
Really?
abrasive. Yeah.
But the salt that they have here is that green
Or
salt.
salamoya bolognese, yeah. It's like
That salt's
Adriatic
good. I'm not
with
just putting it on
herbs from the same
spaducci.
region.
I'm putting it on other things
that's
now.
incredible. You put that on like mixed nuts,
Yeah.
anything. It's
Yeah.
so good.
And that's
Yeah.
really good.
That's really good.
Okay, so that was palm bites, right?
Palm bites.
And what
yeah.
else you got going on there while I continue eating here?
Okay, what else? Oh, let's have some of my favorite
Chips?
chips.
Gluten?
No.
Free? No?
Free chips, yeah. And avocado oil. So they're fried in avocado oil, which the beautiful thing about avocado oil is it's got a high smoke point. So it's not going to be rancid. Okay. Hard bite. And all of this stuff you're sampling is on our Bottega. It's like our online stores. So
You can find all this stuff.
all of this stuff, yeah.
Okay, so this is a potato chip
This is a black sea salt potato chip.
with fried in avocado
Fried in
oil.
avocado oil. Yeah. Tell me that's not the best chip you've had.
It's very good.
Isn't it a great chip?
It doesn't taste
Rancid.
well, that's your word, but I was gonna say it doesn't taste like it's like it doesn't taste like a factory.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean?
It tastes like a potato.
Yeah, that's what it tastes like, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
So it's the fried in avocado oil.
And avocado oil. Yeah. So this, we have 3 different flavors. There's like a sweet ghost pepper, which is really, it's like spicy. It's got some kick. If you like kick, that's the one. And then there's a honey Dijon.
That's really good. So who
Okay.
makes that?
It's by Hard Bite.
Hard bite.
Hard Bite. Yeah. And they're
I like that.
Canadian. Yeah.
That makes sense.
They're a good time. Yeah. This is
All right, what else we got?
These are popped lotus seeds.
Okay.
I know, like your face are like, what?
You're speaking a
You're
different
like,
language
sure, I'll
to
try
me.
it. Gluten-free, keto-friendly.
You know, Sandra, to be honest, if I was in my 20s, I'd be like, get it away from me. Get it away from me.
Really?
That's what I would be. That's how I was.
Oh, that's
I didn't.
good.
Oh, what is
I
that?
haven't tried them before.
They look like popcorn.
I know, but they're lotus seeds from like the lotus flower. Isn't that great?
Got a little spice to it.
Yeah. So if you were like celiac or grain sensitive, you wouldn't want to have popcorn because it's corn, right? So this is the lotus seed. So you get that popcorn feel, that taste, that texture, but it's lotus seed. And you're going to find that you could eat like 3 bags of this. You won't feel full or heavy or anything.
And these are great for snacks.
Yeah. Yeah. These are like healthy snacks.
And that's the peri peri version.
Peri peri. Yeah. They're called Karma Bites. This company does like really good.
So it's got a little bit of a kick to it, but
Yeah, the peri
that's-
peri. So this also comes in like a Himalayan salt and a caramel. And the caramel is like caramel popcorn.
Now, why is that Himalayan salt is actually not from?
Himalayans, like from the Himalayan mountains.
But I
It's
found
the
out.
pink salt. Yeah.
Yeah, but I found out recently it's not from there.
Where is it from?
It's from someplace else, and they just I don't know something to do with like it got connected. I don't know exactly the detail.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it was like centuries ago. There used to be a seabed there, and that's how the salt came.
Mountainous.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it's not.
I wasn't around.
I know. I wasn't either.
Okay, so these are good. These are karma bites, right?
These are Karma Bites. Yeah.
Okay.
So these are like, you have options. Like healthy doesn't have to be boring. You don't have to feel deprived. You can still have like your fix. It's just making better selections and knowing that there's options out there. Because a lot of people, the thing is, you're not going to find this in conventional grocery stores.
You don't want to find it in conventional groceries.
Exactly.
So
you
they're not going to be beside
small,
smart food.
support local. Exactly. most health food stores will carry this, but we have it really convenient. We have it all here. At
So when did
Spaducci.
you guys at Spaducci start kind of shifting to start adding these kinds of items?
We started doing this around May.
Okay.
Yeah. Like as we started like building out the online Bottega, we have, offerings, and health and wellness is such a natural fit. So yeah, then that's something like I'm really fortunate
I
to
do
do
like
here.
these.
Aren't
Okay.
they great?
What else is
Yeah.
there?
Okay, this you're gonna love. This is a little bit more chocolate.
What's that? What is that?
Have you heard of Chocosol? Do you know
No.
this company?
Chocosol?
You need to go and visit them. They're at St. Clair and Dufferin. That's like one of their production units, and they make cacao, which is like, it's cacao. So chocolate is
Good and bad for
refined,
you.
but cacao is the real deal, and it's filled with like magnesium and minerals. It's
So what are you
a
doing? You're
superfood.
mixing that into a drink?
No, this is a bar, but they
That's a
do have
bar.
a drinking chocolate that you can melt down, and basically,
So when would you eat this?
whenever you would reach for a chocolate bar,
You would reach for this?
cacao, yeah,
Cacao.
because it's not going to like play with your blood sugar the same way like a refined one does.
Anybody see me on the job site tomorrow and I'm just cacaoing,
Cacao,
then
cacao.
they understand what's going on
and
here.
You have to get their Jaguar bar. It's albino cacao.
So white chocolate?
It's white chocolate wishes. It's like an albino.
Okay, I
cacao
got to
bean.
try this. You want a knife? I don't have a knife. Do you have
I'm
scissors?
trying to open it. I can't get it open. There we go.
Wow, that's like
I know. And it's like with Ecuadorian coffee, they do all their specialty flavors. It's incredible.
so. This is cacao is the food of the gods.
Cacao is the food of God. Theobroma. Yeah.
Stone ground dark chocolate. So this is like real chocolate.
Real
And you would put
chocolate.
this in coffee?
This you can have as just like a
Just
piece
a
of
snack.
chocolate. Yeah.
All right, so that's really good chocolate.
Isn't that good chocolate?
Okay, there's nuts in there as well. What's
That's
going on?
coffee.
That's coffee
Yeah,
beans.
I got that because you're an espresso addict.
I'm like it's kicking right now.
I know. Isn't it good?
Okay, so what does it cost? Like $100?
No, this is like $8. $8.
So it's a bar, and
Organic
you would just
cacao.
snack on this.
Yeah, and really, so how many of these do you think?
I'm
you
sorry, I
would be
didn't even
able to
offer
eat?
you some. I didn't
How
realize
many of these do you think you'd be able to eat?
half the pack, if not the whole bar.
Would you?
Probably watching a movie.
Yeah.
Just chilling out. Pass me the cacao
Pass me the cacao. Isn't that great?
because I just finished the Karma Bites.
Yeah.
That actually tastes. That tastes like real
It's
chocolate.
the real deal.
So how long? And this is like made at St. Clair and Dufferin.
St. Clair and Dufferin.
This is Torontorium. Serious?
Go there, tell them Sandra sent you, and do a feature on them. They deserve it. They're an incredible company.
Wow, I got to check them out. Mm-hmm. St. Clair, 1131 St. Clair West,
St. Clair and
Toronto.
Dufferin, guys.
That's my old hood.
Yeah.
And they have what's the other one? The albino
Jaguar.
Jaguar.
Jaguar is their albino cacao bean.
I love that they put
Nature
the
is
coffee.
incredible. So the way we have albinos, they have an albino cacao. And when you taste that, I wish I had it here. They've been out of stock for a while because of COVID. They couldn't
Okay,
get the
so
beans.
Sandra, you realize all these open packages are coming with me,
Yeah,
right? Okay,
absolutely.
so I just want to say that. That's all
You're
I
going
want
to
to
find
say.
them a happy home. What else can I show you? Okay, well, this is immunity stuff. So I'm going to let your taste buds settle before you go into all of that.
What are you? Okay, what is it you grab there?
You want to try this? Have you had this? This is buffalo yogurt.
That's an apple.
This is an apple. I'm going to show Have you had this?
This is like a
an
test.
apple.
You're grabbing an apple and you're like, this is buffalo yogurt.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's an apple. What are you talking about? I'm not a
Let me show you
yogurt
this-
guy, though.
You are?
I'm not.
Okay.
I've never been a yogurt guy.
Okay. Can I convert you?
You can try.
So this combo right here.
What do you? So okay. So you've got.
Here, let me give you
Hang
all of
on.
this.
So okay. So put it over here. So what do you got here? You got an apple.
Yeah.
You got brown. What?
Exactly.
You got an apple. You got the buffalo yogurt.
Buffalo milk yogurt.
Okay.
So not from cow, from Bofala.
Okay, buffalo. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So mozzarella.
This is
This is a bee powdered.
bee-powered
Honey.
superfood honey by Beekeepers Naturals.
So this is real honey. This is not bullshit
this
honey.
is raw,
Yeah.
real honey.
Okay, all
But
right.
also in there, they've got bee pollen, which is this.
Man, it smells so good.
Yeah, this.
Okay, and what's this?
Bee pollen.
Bee and pollen. All right, and then what's
And
this?
then
And what is
collagen.
this? This is collagen. So that's the other thing I've been reading.
Yeah.
So it's really worth putting a lot of collagen into your body.
Collagen, yeah. Because
But
as
I
we
thought
age,
it's
it depletes.
But I thought it was like hard. It's hard for your body to process outsourced or exterior collagen.
Like anything, you want like a good source.
So that's what it is.
Yeah.
So you're getting okay. Am I fair to say that the big companies out there are jumping all over this and making their
100%.
version of it, but it's
Yeah.
not really a good version.
Yeah.
You really want to find those smaller mom and pop shop places.
You've got to do your research, yeah.
you
Speak to
got-
a health professional
Like
because
you.
they'll know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what am I doing here? I'm taking
So
this.
this is usually, yeah.
I'm taking the honey, taking the yogurt, taking the,
yogurt,
apple,
the bee pollen,
and taking the collagen.
mixing it all up. Yeah,
Into-
and then I usually grate the apple into it, so you've got like this nice little muesli type thing. But I'm gonna grab a knife.
And you just like the yogurt thing, and that's it. I'm
Yeah,
not,
you just
I'm
mix
not
it
a
up.
yogurt guy though.
Okay, do you
I've never been a yogurt guy. Where are you going?
I'm getting a knife too.
Something lit up over there.
I know so that's the tower garden.
Herbs.
So that's
Real
our
herbs, I mean.
basilico. Yeah, we grow the basilico that we put on our pizzas in our vertical garden here.
Okay. So you got the yogurt.
I got the yogurt. I'm gonna make you this is like a breakfast option or a snack. Like you guys, this is
Afternoon
something really
snack or
simple
something
that
like
you could
that?
do. Yeah, this could be a meal.
And
because,
this will give
again,
you a bunch of energy.
You've got your protein in the form of the yogurt here. We're gonna add some honey and bee pollen just to give it like a little bit of a nutritional boost. Some antimicrobials, and then
What do you want to open up first?
how are I gonna give this to you? I need a bowl. Okay, hang
You
on.
need a little
I'm
something.
off again.
I don't know. Go somewhere. Should be right back. I got to tell you that the chips and the chocolate so far are my favorites.
Aren't they great?
Actually, all three of them are really good. So let's see what this yogurt does.
They're
I'm not
so
a yogurt guy.
You're not a yogurt guy.
I
Okay.
never have been.
The pressure's on. I have to
I know.
convert you.
Okay, so you're scooping some yogurt.
I want you to just try it plain, but if you're not a yogurt guy, then I don't.
What's that
want
going
it
to
to be
taste like?
because it's the creamiest. It's so rich. It's not like cow
Okay, you want me to
juice.
try a little bit of yogurt?
Will you try a little bit?
Sure.
But then we're gonna make it better.
Yeah.
Okay, he is not a yogurt guy.
I just grimaced and it is like,
If we want to call that a grimace,
that's why I'm not a yogurt guy. Man, that tastes like shit. I don't like yogurt.
Really?
Okay, make it magic. I don't know.
I can't now. How am I going to convert you from that? You've already
I'll give it a try. Mix it
Are
up.
you
No?
sure?
I'll give it a try. It's just so I don't know what it is. I tasted that though. Like I can taste that.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to taste really good?
The tang of it, you're not a fan?
It was a lot of tangy, a lot of bitterness.
Yeah, so that's funny. We were having a debate whether we should bring you the maple flavored one or the plain. I'm like, bring the plain. He's like a purist. He cares about what he puts in his body. Meanwhile,
But I'm assuming that the honey would help.
well, yes, now I'm going to buffer it for you.
Okay, I didn't mean to dismiss it. I don't want to dismiss it. I'll give it a try.
It's okay.
I'm just being honest. That's
I know,
all it is.
Thank you.
If you want me to lie, I'll lie, but I
don't
can't
lie.
do that. It'll come out.
No. We're integrity based. Okay, so
Honey.
a scoop of this a day is basically like an immune boost.
Because I also found out that the honey, actually, sometimes having honey before bed helps you with digestion in your body, right? So,
Yeah, it can definitely be used for
but
that.
proper
but
honey.
the proper honey.
This is
Again,
not the stupid B-shaped
you
honey
don't want
in the supermarket.
pasteurized honey. No, that may as well be corn syrup.
Exactly.
It's not even honey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're mixing the yogurt with the honey
I'm
right
mixing
now.
like a scoop of the bee-powered superfood honey in here. I'm going to give you some collagen,
Okay.
right? Because your joints, your skin, your hair, your
But it
nails.
also helps with your skin, elasticity,
Skin,
makes you look
hairs,
younger.
Nails, yeah, exactly. We all want that. Okay.
So you're mixing some of that in there.
Yep.
And again, it's where the source is. It's not.
Exactly.
Pay
Yeah,
attention
this
to
is-
who's making it.
This is Vital Greens, so it's like they're really like reputable company.
Okay.
And then
Bee,
Nature's multivitamin. This is bee pollen.
that's what it is,
This
really?
is incredible for energy. Yeah. I can give you like a scoop of that.
It looks like all brand.
Smell that.
Ooh, see, that smells nice.
See? Now you're like Winnie the Pooh,
Ah, that smells nice. Oh, I get it. Winnie the Pooh.
right? Okay.
I didn't like the yogurt
He's not a fan of the yogurt.
on its own.
Yeah, it's
but she's
on its
mixing
own.
it up. Okay,
But
so
that would
now
help you.
the
Okay,
apple.
now I need a knife.
You need a knife and you got to slice the apple.
I gotta slice the apple.
I like apples.
You're gonna love this. I
Okay.
hope. I'm you're gonna love it, but I'm not sure if you are. In light of what I've witnessed.
I've been
knife?
told that it's just on my face whenever I react. It's just that's how it is. I can't say
you
a word.
Can't hide it.
Rosie's grabbing something.
Thanks,
Okay,
Ro.
there you go. Have you had this? You've had this.
What?
This concoction that she's putting together right now.
I'm making him a breakfast alternative.
This is a breakfast alternative.
Yeah.
As opposed to the french fries that I'm mostly eating.
We're doing every meal of the day.
Yeah, we're
it's just
covering
not.
the
It's just
gamut.
not breakfast time right now.
Not now.
Okay, so now you put the apples in and then you mix it up, or?
It's all mixed up.
Got it.
Okay, so round 2. Oh my God.
You're waiting for this? Okay, so it looks good. Just scoop it up.
Yeah?
That's better.
That face is better.
It is better. It's not as tangy. It's not as bitter.
The honey buffers it.
The
Yeah.
honey, okay.
Yeah. But yogurt should not be sweet, right? Like our taste buds have been so conditioned to sugar that,
I like the bee pollen. I
yogurt
like
is
the
like
honey.
a milkshake nowadays, and that's not natural.
Okay, so I would have that when?
That could be like your breakfast,
Okay.
lunch, anything. Anything that you want, like easy to pack, easy
That
to
tastes
like,
a lot
store.
better than the yogurt on its own. To
Yeah.
be very honest, it does.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
And
so
you've
that was
sweetened
good.
it, so honey, you're doing like natural sweetener, but you're also getting whole nutrient density from it.
And your body is processing this.
Your body's processing that. It's not going to like spike your blood sugar and then drop it. You're going to like have a nice sustained.
You shouldn't have let
energetic
me eat it
release.
on its own.
I know.
'Cause this
I
actually
wanted to
tastes-
educate you.
Because that tastes good.
So we'll just make this for you. You can find it ready.
Okay. Perfect. No, I'll make it myself. Okay, what else you got going on?
Then we're just into some immunity stuff. So
Okay. What are these?
these are really great for this time of year. So vitamin C, we were
Yes,
talking about
for
like, the
sure.
importance of vitamin C,
Yeah.
right? And vitamin C, you can take one an hour basically until
Oh,
you
really?
give yourself diarrhea. You haven't had enough vitamin C. That's how you know.
But you got 1,000 milligrams here. You can
I
take one
know.
an hour?
Yeah.
I take one of these a day.
That's not enough.
That's not enough?
That's not even close
Pumping
to
more
enough.
than that?
Yeah,
How many
totally,
times?
Totally. Again, until you get diarrhea. And
Really?
then you back off by one. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then the other one is immune
There's
defense.
people out there who do like 10,000 a day.
That can't be too much?
If your body needs it, no. If you have that much stress to repair, no.
So this immune defense, this is what? Increased natural killer
Yeah, this
cells?
is all harnessing the medicinal healing value in mushrooms. Like all of nature's mega mushrooms are in
I
there.
love mushrooms.
Yeah.
So,
They're like incredible for your immunity.
so these are from Holy Taste.
Yeah, holy taste.
And they're what? Toronto, Canadian based?
Yeah,
or?
yeah. Local company, local formulator, Addy. He's amazing. He really knows his stuff. He's been in the industry forever. So, yeah.
So it actually says take the vitamin C
Yeah.
until you get diarrhea.
And he has a really, yeah, there it is. Yeah. Like,
No, it doesn't.
And then
It
consult a
doesn't
health practitioner.
It says take 1 to 3 capsules daily as directed by a healthcare practitioner.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All
I'm
right. No
directing
problem.
you to take. That
Got
until
it.
you get
Okay.
diarrhea.
So I'll try this, but there's other stuff that I'm also on too as well. But
And he does a really incredible joint formula. We're just out of it, but that's great for your industry because you guys are like on your knees a lot, like
our
you're just like
joints.
using your joints. Like it's a lot of wear and tear, right?
the funny
So-
thing is that you get these 20-year-olds and the 30-year-olds. They think they're supermen.
I know.
and they're doing things that are actually damaging their
Yeah.
body.
And then on top of what they're doing for their job, they're probably doing like crazy intense workouts or running, which is like, oh my God, that's the worst thing for your
Running?
joints. Yeah.
I can't do it because of my
You
legs.
should not do it.
I
Unless
have-
something is chasing you, you should not be running.
I got into water rowing.
Nice.
I love the water rower.
Yeah.
It's actually really nice. You get a lot of guys. I used to do the videos in the morning because I was sharing that stuff, but they were like, "Can you do your laundry in there?" I was
There
like,
you go.
"No, you can't
Can you be
really do the
efficient?
laundry in there, but it's actually really soothing when you hear it."
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a few more little bottles there. What are they?
Yeah,
What's that
so
all
these
about?
you've had oil of oregano?
Of course, and it made me throw up.
Exactly. So
Why did it make me throw up?
how much did you have?
I tried just a teaspoon, I think, of it or something.
A teaspoon?
It was a small amount.
Okay. Yeah,
was-
because usually it's done in like droppers.
Okay, I was dating a certain individual, and she was just like, "Just try this," and I
Were you
tried
guys
it.
having a fight?
No, we were having dinner, and she's like, "Just try this," because I wasn't feeling so well, and all of a sudden I tried it, and it made me throw up. Why did it make me throw
it's
up?
It's potent. It's really powerful.
Is that what it is? So
could
now
be.
I
Yeah.
look at it, and I cringe.
Okay, so
But it's good for you.
this is going to convert you because this company,
What's the difference?
Innotech Nutrition. So they've taken oil of oregano and they've combined it with some essential oils and some stevia. So you
Okay.
can spray this literally into like your throat where you want to have that activity, right? That's your first line of defense, your throat.
Okay.
So you can spray it right back there. And then you've got that great antimicrobial activity. You're protected, especially now too if we're wearing masks and you're inhaling and exhaling your carbon dioxide, which we were never meant to
You're not designed to do that.
inhale your waste. Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Look at the animals out in the wild. Are any of them wearing masks?
Right?
No.
Well, they're probably going to encourage us to start masking our pets soon too. But You may have to edit that out.
No.
Pandemic. Okay.
I'm not doubting that,
so
probably.
You
So you spray it.
Spray this. Just try spraying this into your
Am
throat.
I going to throw up?
No, I promise. I promise. I was right about the yogurt. Trust me.
Not the first
We
yogurt
have to
by
build a
itself.
foundation of trust.
Okay.
You're not looking like you're about to hurl.
No.
You're good.
It's actually swirling around. It's like I can feel it all over the place in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just sprayed it into my throat.
Yeah. So you can do up to 10 sprays a day of that, and you're basically dosing yourself with your oil, which is nature's penicillin. They've done studies. The oil of oregano
So this is
more effective.
Colflex.
Colflex is what it's called.
And this is cinnamon lemon flavor.
cinnamon lemon. It also comes in mint, so it's literally like a little breath mint, like that kind of taste. But
So what would you say, 3-4 times a day?
up to 10.
10 times a day.
Up to
You
10
just
times
spray
a
the
day.
back of your throat.
You spray it, yeah. If you're having like a meeting, you're around a lot of people, spritz, you're just like, you're building up your defenses.
Wow, I never heard of this one.
Yeah, it's really convenient. And this, you can like leave it in your car.
It has no issues with the heat or the cold or
No,
something?
no. It's
So
good.
cough and sore throat relief.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Like that's what they market it as, but this is like
So
immune
this is a lot better than
boosting.
Ricola.
Absolutely.
All right,
Yeah.
well, I
you're
don't
not
take
getting that.
Ricola.
That's true. Okay, no.
I just like the commercials.
Ricola.
That's
I
it.
know, it's okay. I could have sang that.
Okay, what are you
And
going to spray on now?
Is
What's
vitamin D spray.
Okay,
so that's
vitamin
super
D,
convenient.
yes,
So
yes.
each spray is 1,000 IUs.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're doing the same thing with this?
This, yeah, but this instead of going to the back of your throat, you're just going to spray it like onto your tongue.
That's
Because you
it.
want to absorb it. Yeah.
Something going to happen to me? No.
No. You're just going to like boost your vitamin D stores, which I mean, everyone's deficient in vitamin D.
Okay, I taste lemony.
It's
Okay.
just lemony. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very lemony.
Very user friendly. These are very user friendly.
And you want to spray these because they absorb into the body faster.
Well, and because unless you're doing this, like, are you going to take your capsules around with you? How
No,
much
it's a
vitamin
pain in
D
the
are you
ass
taking?
sometimes, and
Like,
everybody always gives me dirty looks.
Are you even taking vitamin D?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am taking vitamin D.
Enough?
There's a grocery list of stuff that I'm taking.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's doing something to me.
How much
but
vitamin D are you taking?
I don't remember. I got to look at the bottle. I know I take it twice a day.
Okay, the
That's it.
capsules?
Yeah, the
Oh,
capsules.
so they're probably just like 1,000 IUs
Probably.
per capsule.
Probably, yeah.
So that's not enough.
That's not enough?
No.
So how many times should I be spraying myself with that?
How much do you weigh?
Me?
Yeah.
How much do I want to weigh or how much do I
you
weigh?
right now in real time?
Let's just say I'm 2 bills. That's all.
2 bills?
Yes.
That's it?
How much should I be spraying of this stuff?
You need about 8,000 IUs a day.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Rosie.
Bye,
See ya. Ciao. Huh?
You're a good host. You make it fun.
Oh, so much fun.
It
I know.
It goes by so quick.
It says.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Okay, so I need 1,000 of these?
8.
8,000.
Yeah.
How much are in one
If
bottle?
you're not deficient, you might be deficient. So your stores might need to be built up.
So what I
which is-
do? Forget the spray, just drink the whole thing?
Yeah, you may as well just shoot it. Let's go. Let's get your shot glass.
Man, okay, what else? Okay,
What
that
else?
was all of it. No,
Yeah.
you got 2 more here.
I got 2 more.
What's that one? That's got the little thermometer
This has
thing
got
on
the
it.
little dropper.
Those things make me
This is
nervous.
Sovereign silver. No, this is flavorless. Literally, try this. This is like a medicine cabinet essential. Sovereign silver. This has been around since the time of like
On my tongue?
Hippocrates talked
On my
about
tongue.
this. Yeah, on your tongue. And the great thing about this dropper is you can put this like in your eye if you have pink eye or an eye infection. You can put this on your skin. If
So
you
what
wanna, like,
exactly is
heal.
it doing?
This is another very powerful antimicrobial, antifungal. This is like nature's polysporin. You can think of it as that, but
Got
in a
it.
liquid form. It's got active hydrosol silver, which is like incredible
is-
for immune boosting.
Okay, Sovereign Silver.
Yeah.
Bioactive silver.
And then we also have this in a nasal spray, so you can, again, like instead of the conventional pharmaceutical grade sprays, you're putting all kinds of like crap up into your sinuses.
So basically, you start taking all this stuff, you never get sick.
Yeah. I have like an immunity essentials kit where you get basically all of this, including
What's that?
have a little shot of that. That's an elixir that I've made.
This is fresh?
Fresh. Yeah, it's got some cold pressed juices, turmeric, vitamin D.
What exactly is in
oregano.
there?
What is in there? A lot.
So this is part of your line.
This is, yeah. This
Do I
is,
just drink it?
Yeah, have a little shot. Like,
But
drink it.
what's in
But
it, though?
that's Everything.
Everything.
Everything. I'm just, as long as you don't make the yogurt face, we're good.
But I did, in all fairness, give you a warning saying
know,
I'm
you
not a
did.
yogurt guy.
I
Okay,
should
so
have
this tastes kind of refreshing.
Yeah, It's got cold pressed orange juice, lemon juice, grapefruit juice.
So cold press is good.
Cold press is good. Yeah. Cold press is basically, it hasn't been denatured from the heat of the processing.
Pasteurize, all
Yeah,
that
it
crap,
has been
right?
pasteurized.
So then it can't stay on a shelf forever.
Right.
But the thing is, the disadvantage of cold press is that it only lasts so long.
It lasts so long. And then in there is also a ton of ginger. So these
Ginger's
are all
good.
like, yeah. And there's a lot of like extension with things like that, right? Like
A lot
you
of people hate
maintain.
ginger though because it's really, really potent.
It's spicy.
Even when
Yeah.
I first started taking it, I was like, "Whoa, you thought that yogurt face was
I
bad?"
know. Really?
Because I just do a shot of it.
Well, and then over time, your taste buds have to be trained, right?
Yeah, and
Like
that's how it is
you
right now.
Correct everything.
So I try to share it with other people, and then I look for their face,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But it actually does help with inflammation. It helps with your body. It
Yeah.
helps with digestion. It helps with a lot of, and you could read up. It helps with a lot of things.
Oh, it's like been used for 2,000 years. It's like ancient Chinese medicine. Yeah.
So how do we get all these young guys to stop eating all the fast food and trying to prepare something to come in? Like, what can we do? Or they don't give a shit because they're supermen at that age. We were all like that at that age.
Yeah, but like really still with all of the information
are.
out there.
They are. It's
Yeah.
good that I'm seeing fewer and fewer guys on the job site that are not as smoking as much.
Okay.
That's a
Okay.
good thing.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
excluding cigars. Cigars are totally fine.
Totally. Yeah.
This show is not brought to you by any cigar
Not brought to you by
manufacturer, okay?
cigar manufacturers.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying it's good that I'm not seeing a lot of young guys smoke, but I am still seeing all those same young guys. They buy all that processed crap. Like right now, Flo, my painter, he's had pizza 4 days in a row.
Really?
Not good pizza, like not great pizza.
Where are you guys? What job site are you on?
We're at Mount
Do we have
Pleasant.
to bring some stuff? Like, what's the story?
Eglinton, Mount Pleasant and Eglinton. That's where we're at. They won't touch this.
Why?
They will touch the pie. They'll touch the spaducci, but they will not touch because they're in their 20s.
Okay. They won't take, like even now, with
They
what's
won't.
going on in the world?
They will. They might touch the chocolate.
Wow.
That's about it.
Wow.
I'm just telling you. That's how. And I look at it. and I'm going, "Thank you. You're not my offspring, and I don't care about you." Basically,
honestly. I mean, it's natural selection, right? Elimination of the weakest.
it's
Somebody's
a shame
gotta
because
go.
I think people. But I mean, in all fairness, though, I think it's the guys in their 30s and 40s have a proper lunchbox, and they put proper, like they'll put an apple and they'll put in a banana in there. They'll have
Yeah.
a salad.
They'll do a meal prep.
They'll do a meal prep. That's
Yeah.
exactly it. They'll do a meal prep. And now a lot
Yeah.
of guys, and I'm noticing they're doing a lot of the meal preps that you cook the day before or something like that.
I see.
So you can get those companies and do all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So there's that option. So you're not really just reheating food
Right.
that you made the night
Right.
before, right? Because I used to do that too. Leftovers from dinner before, and then I was like, this tastes like leftovers.
And then they have somewhere to heat it up.
Well, most of the time we have microwaves, and we
Oh,
know that
okay.
microwaves are not the greatest.
Well, they're not.
But
yeah.
we have a job site, and it's better than
Exactly.
having a cold, hard
course,
sandwich
of course.
coming out of the cooler.
Yeah.
Right.
Or something from a drive-through.
Yes.
Like if those are your options. And we have incredible prepared meals here.
You guys have lots of stuff here that's great.
We have a
and I
ton
know
of
you guys
stuff, yeah.
deliver. You
And we
guys take care of
deliver.
all that stuff
Yeah.
so then you could bring it. And I know lots of guys come to you, and I know that this used to be a hub back when it was a normal land.
Mm-hmm. Totally. When it
Right?
was
And
like a
once
full-on
planet
restaurant.
Earth goes back to normal land, then
Yeah.
it'll be a different story.
Yeah.
I love that you said what you eat comes out. It has to come out.
Mm-hmm. It has to come out.
If it doesn't come out, it's doing something to your body.
If it doesn't come out, it's sitting there. And your colon is, I mean, your stomach's the size of a fist. This is up here, right? So when you see guys with this enormous midsection,
Your stomach
they're
is the
literally
size of a fist.
full of shit. Can I swear on you?
Yes, you can. Of course, they're literally really
They're literally full of shit.
because
Yeah.
they're eating something and it's staying inside
It's sitting
them.
in there. It's like, so I always use the analogy of like if you make a lasagna, right, in a lasagna pan, and you scrape out all the lasagna, and there's that crust that
Yeah.
sits around there.
Yeah.
And then you bake another lasagna in there, and another one. And that crust and that crud just keeps growing and growing and growing. That's what lines your colon. So your colon is tissue. It'll stretch, it'll stretch, it'll stretch to accommodate all the waste it has to hold. And then at some point, there's going to be like a little bit of a perforation probably. And then that's leaky gut, basically.
And that's when you're asked to do a colonoscopy.
Well, colonoscopies can trigger that because you're sedated. Someone's going through there with the scope. You can't give them any feedback to let them know it's too much pressure. They just, want to get you in and out. And I wouldn't recommend colonoscopies.
No,
I would recommend colonics. Colonics are incredible.
What's that?
Colonic is basically a colon irrigation. You basically
A hose.
plugged up with the hose, 25 gallons of water goes through you, and your waste comes out, and you will feel incredible. You'll feel empty.
So there's
Most people
places
don't
in
feel
the
empty after a
city
bowel movement.
They do that.
Yeah, I've been working with someone for like over 15 years, and I see him. I send all of my clients to him. He's incredible.
So it's literally a hose up your.
It's like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they just pump 25 gallons of water.
Yeah, passive gravity, which is also important because hydrotherapy, they're plugging you up to a motor. And again, too much pressure and you could have like irreversible damage. So you've got to make sure you do your research. Like all these fads that come and go, there's a lot of research that has to be done, you know?
What are your thoughts on float pods?
Float pods, yeah.
Are they good or bad or what's the story?
Yeah, they're good. But again, if it's going to be part of like a lifestyle, because if you do that and you're stressed out on your way there and you're stressed out on your way back, like
It's not
save
gonna
your
really
money.
benefit.
Like, why are you wasting it?
So stress is a huge thing.
Stress is.
The older you
I
get-
think that's the number one, probably health ailment.
And we know
dealing
that
with.
guys in their 20s and 30s, they think, oh, I'm not stressed. The only stress
Yeah.
I got is she going to call me? Is she going to be with me? Or what's the story?
And
no.
maybe, and again, your bodies may not be processing stress, but we're all under stress. Like we're under environmental stress, guaranteed. You leave your house, you're stressed.
Okay, so we actually didn't finish the sleeping part of it. So some people need 7 hours. Some people can run on 4 hours, 5
Yeah.
hours. I run on 5 hours and I'm okay. I could always do more, but I'm also being told that you need more sleep because that's when your body...
And are you getting any sleep before midnight?
Before midnight?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. I go
Okay.
to bed at 10:30 at the latest.
That's amazing. Because
Right?
that's your most restorative hours are pre
At that time.
Yeah.
And then at 4 o'clock, I'm up.
And then you're up.
And that's my time.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Yeah.
so that's a good time zone to sleep.
Yeah. If you can clock sleep before midnight, you're way ahead of the game.
Why is the midnight thing? What's the...
It's our circadian rhythms. It's just about regulating, like, your body clock. And again, the biggest thing too is not messing with that by having the blue light exposure before bed.
yeah,
Like,
you got to shut it all out.
you got to stay away from the devices. Like most people take their device to bed with them because
Yep.
it's their alarm clock.
Yep.
Right?
Get a
So,
separate alarm clock.
Get a separate alarm clock. Don't have this thing pinging, signals
Airplane.
while you're sleeping. Put
Okay.
it on airplane mode.
So lots of water.
Water. Okay, so how much water do you drink?
I told you I drink 3 of those guys.
3 liters?
Yeah, the 3 750s.
Oh, that's
That's not enough.
So we're gonna do half your weight. Your 2 bills.
So how many? Yeah. So how much
Okay,
water?
so
am I-
100 ounces a day
of water.
of water. We're not talking about espresso yet because we got to balance that out too.
Just regular water.
Just water. So 100 ounces. There's 32 ounces in a liter. So you need 3 liters a day.
Of water.
Just if you wake up, you go to sleep, you do nothing.
So I
Do you
might as
work
well
out?
just walk around. Yeah. So I might as well just walk
Okay.
around the job site with
So
an
if you
IV
work
of
out
water.
every day, let's call that another
So you'll add that
liter.
water.
How much?
but
How
you're
much do you sweat?
I shitload. I try to.
Okay, so
But that'll factor in. So that'll conclude the 30
No.
ounce. No, it won't.
3 liters is just for your body to maintain homeostasis.
So basically, you got to double that now.
No, let's add another liter because you're probably not sweating out more than a liter.
So 4 liters,
4 liters.
of water.
Now, how much coffee?
How much? Do I
many
have the first
espresso?
coffee?
Yeah.
At the most, I'll have on average 2 espressos.
Okay.
In the afternoon.
Okay.
There's been some
Singles?
days it's 5.
Okay.
Double.
5 doubles. Okay,
Shots.
so we're gonna call that like maybe a cup of espresso total
I feel like I'm in
for
confession.
for every espresso. Twice that in water to balance that out. So
For every espresso,
we're gonna say 4.5 liters a day. That's what you need of water.
or I reduce the espresso. Is that what
Sure,
you're saying?
but like the likelihood of that happening,
That's
let's
not
be
going to
realistic.
happen. So
just
5
drink
liters
some
of
more
water.
Yeah, 4.5.
4.5 liters of
4.5.
water. I'm going to be in the bathroom.
You wake up first thing in the morning, you can drink a liter of water.
You're supposed to.
You can chug
room
that.
temp.
That take nothing. Yeah.
And that's the other thing is room temp is better than cold water.
Cold water if you want to burn fat.
Then you use the
Then
cold
drink
water.
cold water.
In the gym, cold water
Yeah.
because then it actually burns. It helps
Yeah.
and start sweating more. But during the course of the day, it's actually better to have
And
just.
sipping is better, and not too much water with your meals. You don't want to dilute your
Want to
digestive
separate. I learned that
enzymes.
way back in
Yeah.
high school. I learned that from a Jamaican friend of mine.
There you go.
Always separated food from
See?
the drink. He's like,
Ancient,
I eat the
intuitive
food,
wisdom.
then drink it afterwards.
If we just followed what our grandparents did,
And they survived a
they
long
ate
time.
out of a garden, they grew their own food, they made their own grain, they made their own bread, they did everything. Those guys would be able to survive what's going on now.
They wouldn't be sick. They wouldn't
know?
get sick. They wouldn't need masks.
No, they wouldn't.
They would be beating people up, telling
Yeah.
them to wear masks.
I know.
Okay, what else we should be doing? Learning. Vitamin D, yeah,
Vitamin
okay.
D. Pooing. That's
Pooing.
like huge.
Pooing
You
is
gotta-
massive.
You need all that water to flush out the waste, right? Did your grandparents or parents like wash the driveway,
Of course it did.
right?
Yeah.
So same thing. You got to clean it out. Water is going to flush all the waste out. Squatting. Did you guys squatty potty when you're eliminating? Well, now we're going to go there. We're done eating.
I know. No. I know that you're supposed to have your legs higher than when you're sitting down, right?
You'll appreciate this. Like
no, because
the modern toilet.
The Japanese, the way their toilet,
a hole in the ground.
'cause I've been there, and
me too.
that's the proper position that you should have when you're actually.
Well, everyone who goes camping has the best shits of their life.
Well, look at animals.
Yeah.
They don't sit on a toilet.
The toilet was invented by a carpenter.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
What does a carpenter know about human anatomy,
Some
right?
of them
So it's not designed for, it's a throne. It was designed to look nice in a bathroom.
You know what?
It's
That's a
not
good
designed
point.
for like physiological elimination.
It was designed like that. It's
Yeah.
true. It was a big
It's
throne
beautiful.
chair and it
like,
had a hole in it.
aesthetically very pretty, but that's not what your body's meant to. As soon as you sit, you block off
Way
like,
it's supposed to come
all
out.
of your colon. You're only eliminating like the last maybe like, I don't know, 2 inches.
So what are we
of
supposed to
waste.
do? Get on the toilet and put our
Squat.
feet on? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want us to put our feet on the actual toilet bowl rim?
Lift the seat up, get on the rim. If your knees are good, squat right down. or we're learning so much about each other.
Yeah.
Or get a squatty potty. Those are like, you can get those on Amazon now. It's just a stool that literally is designed to like fit inside your toilet, like around the base of your toilet.
Yeah. But that's for kids, isn't it?
No, not like a potty. It's literally called squatty potty.
It's on Amazon.
On Amazon.
Squatty potty.
Squatty potty.
Should I put it at the job site? Everyone hates using that potty anyway to begin with. They'll go to the Tim's or something to use the toilet.
Well, the best way they could eliminate it is literally like not to sit. Just you have to like squat. Because you should feel empty after an elimination.
If you don't feel empty, then there's something wrong.
There's still more waste in there.
And that's back to the lasagna.
And that's back to the lasagna.
And the whole point of is going to have a bowel movement is to get rid of everything.
You got to get it out. And if you're dehydrated, you're not going to get
so
any
the
of that
more water
out.
you put in there, but
The more water you drink,
won't
the
it come
more
out
movements you're
a
gonna
lot
have.
more liquidy instead of,
No, because you probably got so much in there that it needs to be eliminated.
Never in the life of me did I think I'd start a construction podcast and have a whole conversation
Now we're
about
talking
shit.
About the shit. It's the shit. It always ends up going there.
I'll see a difference. So if I start drinking the 4.5 liters and I start
you're
going
to notice a difference. You're gonna feel more alert. Like your left and your right brain are connected by a lake, literally. And when you're dehydrated, like, don't you notice? Like sometimes there's
cloudy.
Yeah,
it's very
cloudy.
hazy.
Hazy. Because your left and your right hemispheres can't communicate with each other.
And that's the reason
So
for
imagine
it.
you're on a job site, you're operating power tools. Like, this
Dangerous.
is important shit. Yeah. Literally. Yeah. Your skin will look better. It'll plump up. It's like nature's Botox.
So start with the water.
Start with the water. Water, squat.
And then eat better food.
Eat better foods.
And make sure that you go to the toilet a lot.
Eliminate, yeah.
And get it out of you.
And pay attention to how you feel after you're eating. If you're feeling like bloated or angry,
there's times
or
that I've always
irritable,
had to go back because I was like, listen, I still got more.
Yeah.
I'm not tapped out, right?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden I could do it. But
Totally.
so sometimes I get the guys that are in there forever.
Yeah,
So-
because they're straining. They're not eliminating efficiently.
Is that
That's
what it
another
is?
thing. Yeah.
And the water to start will help.
Water is the easiest fix. Like, yeah, absolutely.
But then again, you're talking about purified water. We're going back to the
type of
90-10 water.
Absolutely.
Not regular tap
90,
water.
10 or like an
Just any kind of
RO
filtered water.
Or a filtered water. Yeah.
Okay, but not like
Yeah.
and not Aquafina crap or whatever like that.
No,
No.
ideally not.
So like a Brita water kind of thing.
Yeah, even Brita. But
Brita's not even-
Santivia is a really good one too. They
Okay.
have like a 5-stage filtration system. That's a good one. Yeah.
Okay. Holy cow.
I know. So much information.
And all this stuff will actually help you just live a better life
Yeah, absolutely.
and live a longer life
longer life
with
It's-
less man-made drugs being asked of you to absorb.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the liver yet. Like, drugs have to be filtered through your liver. They have to be processed. Your
Okay,
liver already
Sandra,
has
all you got to
600
do is
jobs to
tell me
do.
that a pint of Guinness is totally fine.
Sure.
Is it or isn't
Well,
it?
Guinness, yeah. I mean, it's one of the healthier beers you could have.
Okay, really?
Yeah,
It's still
yeah.
not a great beer? What's the best
Well,
beer to have?
beer is yeasty,
Yeast.
right?
But-
It depends. If you've got like an overgrowth of Candida, you don't want to necessarily feed it. Like
Yeast.
it's all about your flora, right? And your colon, because there's certain inhabitants. So you want to keep all that in check.
I'm trying to read all the
Probiotics,
subtitles. I don't
prebiotics.
even know what you just said. What do you like? What are all these things? Cantina with what?
Okay, Candida.
I heard cantina.
Candida.
I was like, I'm going to get a pint of the cantina.
So the
Okay.
Candida,
all right.
keep it cold, keep it fresh. Yeah. Candida albicans. It's
I've heard of this. Okay. I've heard of it.
So do you ever feel like you crave something sweet?
Of course.
After a meal to feel
course,
satisfied?
yes.
Okay. So you've probably got a Candida overgrowth, which there's many different bacterial strains that naturally inhabit our colon. Okay.
Okay.
So it's like our microflora. So probiotics, for example, they're different strains of bacteria that is meant to keep all of that in check. When Candida is more dominant than the other strains, you get those cravings. Candida is like, that thing craves sugar. You will get sugar cravings because the Candida will be telling you. Like, it's that whole gut brain thing. It's like, feed me sugar. Even though you eat a whole meal, it's not satisfied. It wants sugar. A lot of those cravings are signs that you need some probiotics. You need to rebalance your gut flora.
How much is this mental though? How much is this like your mind? Like
yeah, well,
mind
sugar
over
is
matter?
like one of the most addictive substances on earth, right?
Okay.
So, I mean, you look at kids; most of them are already sugar addicts. Like
yeah, I mean the obesity rate or whatever is going through the
like
roof in North America is
12-year-old
insane.
diabetics,
Yeah.
off the chart. It's
Growth hormones, all kinds of stuff. Like
Yeah.
there's all kinds of stuff that's
Totally.
going on. But now so that's what it is.
yeah.
That's where the sugar rush is coming from.
The sugar rush, that it sets you up for that because like consuming refined sugars over time, it's going to deplete all of your natural flora. It's going to inflame you. It's going to make you more acidic versus alkaline. And then you're just being set up for a whole host of issues. In children, you see it more as behavioral because that's how they act up. They can't really express themselves. They can't think it through and be like, oh, I'm feeling irritable. And I'm
No, they
like,
can't do that.
they're just spazzing out, and it's not necessarily something they can control. They're having an allergic reaction, and that's what it looks like.
And us as adults, we're doing the exact same thing.
We're doing the exact same thing. Like, well, we're feeding them.
And we can't really explain what it is because we don't really know what it is, but we just assume it's just the sugar.
Yeah. Or we'll just call it like stress, or we'll call it something else. And
So what's it doing to the liver then?
oh, your
It's
liver?
weakening the liver.
Weakening your liver, yeah. Your liver is like the general. That organ is...
It's the defense. It's the
master
filter.
organ.
It's supposed to do what it's supposed to do.
It's supposed to do. Digestion, filter, all of that.
And
But
if you start eating poorly,
yeah, you're overworking it. You're stressing out an already very busy organ. And then it's not going to be as efficient. And then you get back into that whole cascade.
so a pint a day is okay.
A pint a day is okay. That's a takeaway. Yeah, you're all good. Just pair it with
No,
some
it's
protein.
not. Pint a week is okay.
Have some protein first. And make sure you drink your 5 liters of water.
4.5, you
4
said.
and a half, I said. I
Four
know.
and a half.
I
I'm
know.
going to be at the can all day long.
For a while,
I'm going to have a Zoom call at
like,
the can.
for like 2 days. If you take like a weekend and really like rehydrate yourself,
It'll get into a routine
you'll get
where
into a routine. Your body will start to hold the water.
But in the beginning, I'm going to want to pee all the time.
In the beginning, you're going to be like that dried out plant. You go to water it, the water comes right back out of the bottom, right? Mm-hmm. You need to remoisturize all of that soil.
How much of a difference? Okay, so if I start doing it, let's say tomorrow, in a week's time, I'll start noticing a difference?
Oh, yeah, even less.
Less.
Yeah.
Water.
Again, your body adapts really quickly. It's just when we want to try to reverse decades of bad habits,
And that's what we
it's
forget.
a longer road back.
We forget that we're in our 20s and 30s and 40s,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, like, no, man, this isn't an overnight thing.
It takes nothing to like get into these habits that build up these health issues, and then we want the quick fix, right? Like a Tylenol,
That's human nature.
or an Advil is a faster fix than I'm going to take grain out of my diet for like 2 weeks and see how
what
I
it
feel.
does. And that is the actual thing. When you start researching things, it's really about eat this, try it out for a little while, see what
Yeah.
it does to your body.
Yeah.
And then don't eat this and see what it does to your
Yeah.
body and react to it. So
Yeah.
then try to figure out what is the culprit
Yeah.
causing what you
I
think it
yeah,
is.
we all know by now if it's been like dairy and wheat and grains, like take those out for 2 to 3 weeks.
Now, dairy on its own is good for you, but the way dairy is processed is bad for you.
Dairy, depending on the source.
But a dairy, if you're drinking it right from the teat, then that's good for you.
Which teat? Is it an organic, factory farmed teat? Like, has this cow
True.
ever breathed fresh air?
Okay, that's true
Seen
too.
natural light?
Okay.
Like,
And most of the
Oh my
dairy
God.
that we get,
The way
is
we treat
not-
our animals
is
is
insane,
horrendous.
right? So
Yeah.
that's where you got to watch
and
out.
also there's different types of milks. Like you may see now, have you seen A2 milk out there
no,
on the market?
I'm not a big milk guy.
Yeah, me neither. Cow juice.
Yeah,
gross.
I
I
was-
love Bufala. Like Bufala's the best.
Okay.
But A2 is European strain of cows, and their milk is much different, like molecularly. So
what do
it
they do
doesn't.
to their?
It's just like the breed and the way their milk is formulated, like naturally, it has a completely different effect on the body.
Taste different?
Whereas I haven't tried it,
Okay.
but versus A1 milk, which is what we have
We
here
all
in
get?
North America.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if you're not having the organic version, you're basically consuming, I mean, okay, this is going to get somewhat graphic, but the milking
Mucus.
process that we put these cows through, like they are lactating all year long. That's not normal, right? Like they birth
not
calves, the
designed that.
calves are taken away from them. So the milk that would normally go to the calf is being bottled for, why is a grown man drinking milk from a cow? Like we're the only species that does that. It's twisted. Milk is meant to make a baby cow 2,500 pounds. That's what it does. And you look at a cow, they're snotty, they're mucusy, that's what they are. And they have 4 stomachs to digest their own milk. We're
We don't.
giving that to babies. It's ridiculous. And then you've got the medical board giving you growth charts and weight targets for what these babies should be at. And it's just a whole
What about
system.
milk and cookies though? Like an Oreo cookie,
Yeah.
and dipping it into milk.
Put that in your colon. See how long it takes that to come through. That's like some spackle right there. That's going to sit there for decades.
Chewing gum and eating it, that's bad. It stays in
Chewing
your
gum
body.
and swallowing, yeah, it stays in there.
It stays in there for how long?
Stays in there
10,000 years.
until you get a colonic. It comes out. You'll be like, there it is. But
Holy
so
cow.
back to the milking. So
Literally, holy cow.
Yeah, because these cows are milked so long, their udders start to get sores and blisters.
And that
then
goes
what do you
into the
think,
milk.
What do you think they put on there? Antibiotics. And what do you think goes into all this milk? And not to mention the growth hormones that these cows are on, so they can produce all of that milk.
We're getting it too.
Drinking is like the unhealthiest liquid.
So no milk at all.
Why?
There's no reason for it.
No, like
I don't
to
drink-
drink a glass of it is just like that whole concept is lost on me. You get more calcium in a handful of sesame seeds than you do in a glass of milk.
You do really?
Like yeah, when you want calcium, think of like green leafy vegetable. Think
And you'll
of
get
like
plenty of
sesame
calcium.
seeds. Yeah, yeah. And again, we're more deficient in magnesium than calcium. Like
I take magnesium, too.
is what you need to make the calcium soluble in your
I
body.
should tell you all the stuff that I take. I mean, is it doing something? I don't know.
Depends.
It feels like I'm doing something. Like it
Depends.
feels better.
You look
but-
good.
Thank
Do you feel
but
good?
I could always feel more energetic.
Okay.
But
Well,
that's
I think
because
the water's gonna
Really?
I really want to follow up with you.
Okay,
on
you know
this
what?
one.
I'll tell you right now. So this rest of the week, I'm gonna just do the whole water. I will
Okay.
literally do 4.5.
Okay.
I'll actually story it too.
Okay,
I'll do
story
4.5. I'll do every
All right.
single bottle that I do. Here's another bottle. Here you go.
Amazing.
I'll do that
All right.
seriously. So
We're gonna
then-
try.
and-
I'm gonna
and
hold you accountable
I'm
on
serious,
Instagram.
and I'll see how it feels.
Amazing.
And I'll be honest about how it feels.
Beautiful. Do
Okay.
it. Yeah. This is like the water challenge.
All right, Sandra. This has like been fucking. Oh, those dates are really good, eh?
Yeah.
No, they're really good. I'm surprised. So thank you so much for sharing all this stuff. We didn't even finish all the food here.
I
Rosie's gonna
know,
kill
I
us
know.
because we were so into this stuff here.
We're into this stuff.
Okay, so the bottom line is like the takeaway is like just be paying attention to what you put into your body.
Pay attention.
And make sure that the body does what it needs to do to it and it also flushes it out.
Your body knows what to do. Just support it. Support
it.
it. Pay attention. Listen to the signals it's giving you. If you're in pain, if your body is giving you pain signals, before you suppress that, pay attention to
There's
what
a
you
reason
did.
why
Yeah.
you're in pain.
Like why? Yeah. Don't just turn it off. We're so conditioned to do that. Like we're analogous
Dismiss
to
it.
Yeah. Like if your engine light comes on, do you bring your car to your mechanic and be like, "Hey, buddy, snip this wire. I don't want to see this light."
Some do.
That's what we're doing with our like Advils and with our pharmaceuticals.
That's
we're not
one thing
addressing
I've
the
never
cause.
done. I've never run to the man-made stuff.
Yeah.
I've never.
See?
Like I've got to be on death's door for me to like pop an Advil.
That's amazing. Yeah, me too.
It's just how it is. And like I
Totally.
said at the beginning there, when the doctor gives me a script, I'm like, dude, I'm not feeling this. You
Right.
know I'm not feeling
Right.
this, man.
And that's
Oh.
what doctors do because they're top. Like, I mean, the pharmaceutical companies
There's a-
write the
there's a bet
curriculum for
going
med
on
school.
there.
Like,
Exactly,
They
right.
can't help it. That's how they're educated.
So, but you're so right. So okay, I'm honestly going to do the water thing. I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to try all this other stuff too. And this is all new. I didn't even know about any of this stuff at Spaducci, right?
No, it's all here. It's
So
all
it's
at
all- and you
Spaducci.
could also order it-
Spaducci.com. Order it online.
Yeah.
It'll arrive at your door. If you want some immunity, we've got like the immunity essentials, everything you need.
I got the
Stock
collagen.
up.
I got all kinds of stuff. The yogurt tastes a lot better.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry.
The cacao chocolate was really good, but I'm really fascinated that it's right here in Toronto, so close.
It's right here. It's so close. And really, like, I can't even think of where the next closest place would be to find all of these things individually.
But I'm sure that a lot of these cities are doing the same thing, which is great. It's all local small business places.
Local small business,
And
yeah.
every city should be doing this. And
Really?
we should all be supporting them too.
Support small guys.
That's huge.
Yeah.
It's not like I get big companies are trying to make their version of this, but I'm pretty confident their version is not as good as this.
No,
version.
because they're not doing it for the right reason.
They're
right?
doing it
it's
for
not
money.
integrity based. It's
No.
profit based.
It's not healthy rice. But I mean, the bottom line is contractors out there, it doesn't matter what trade you are, pay attention to your body. Your body's telling you something for a reason.
For a
Don't
reason.
ignore it.
Drink
pay
your
attention
water.
to it. That's drink a lot of water. You'll
Drink
be
a lot,
peanut
half
first.
your body weight.
I will let you know how many times I go to the bathroom at first, right? And that's not including any waters and espressos.
No.
And no alcohol for the rest of the week. Now, I had a glass of wine here, but no more alcohol for the rest of the week.
It's amazing.
I'll do that. I'll
If
try
you
that.
are going to have alcohol, though, like pair it with food. Like don't
Food.
do it on an empty stomach.
So then it absorbs.
Yeah, and just so you're not like hitting your liver and your whole system on an empty stomach without any buffers.
Any other organs we should be paying attention to or anything else that we're damaging?
Oh, adrenals. That's the big one. Our adrenals. Those are the stress hormones.
That's all stress
Those
related.
are the stress glands, yeah.
So you got to make your life you got to de-stress your life.
breathe.
Breathing. I know.
chew your
Breathing's
food.
huge. The
Breathing's
way you
huge.
breathe.
Yeah.
And also
Yeah.
your diaphragm. And how to, like your stomach and how to move
Yeah,
it in and out.
exactly.
That's huge. I started paying attention to yoga and Mike, he was telling me from Greenstone and I was like going, yeah, it fucking makes sense, man,
Yeah.
dude. And
Yeah.
I tried it out. I was like, it makes
Even
sense.
just like the 4 beat. Inhale for
Yeah.
4, hold for 4,
Yeah.
exhale for 4. You do that like even driving. It instantly relaxes you. It's like parasympathetic.
I like doing it that's the only thing I like about winter months. I like doing it in the cold. For some weird reason, I like having that cold air come into my body.
Yeah.
It's harsher.
Well,
It's hard.
cold therapy is amazing. Like cold exposure.
That's
There's
the whole
a ton of health benefits.
the
for that.
Iceman guy.
Wim
whatever.
Hof,
Yeah,
yeah.
so he's like, I don't know if I'm at that point where I'm jumping into an ice lake.
No, but 15 seconds of shivering equals an hour.
I do
workout.
occasionally do the cold shower thing, and that's kind of harsh to do.
Yeah.
But it's good
Yeah,
for you.
And you got to work up to that.
Yeah, you got to build it up, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I start at super hot. By Saturday, it's like
There you go.
lukewarm. Okay. No, I've done it. I tried it because the thing is, it actually does benefit, right?
It really does, yeah.
But the bottom line is like, pay attention to your body on and off the job site. Pay attention to what's going on. There's
yeah, pay
reasons
attention
why.
to what's on the end of your fork every
Oh,
day.
that's huge.
Every choose you make, like every choice.
And then chew,
yeah, chew your
because
food.
I love that you said that your stomach doesn't have
There's
teeth.
no teeth in there.
Your teeth are there for a reason. Chew.
They're literally there to start the digestive process.
Sandra, this has been amazing, honestly. So, okay, so Spaducci again, Spaducci.com.
Spaducci.com.
On IG, Spaducci, right? And then your website as well, too. It's going to be launching.
SandraFlorio.com.
Okay.
Sandra.florio on
And
Instagram.
anybody can reach out to you and ask you any questions. And you can
Absolutely.
find everything that we talked about today. You can find it here at
Everything
Spaducci.
that Manny loved and adored.
And the yogurt. And the
the
yogurt.
buffalo yogurt in maple flavor,
It
I think
probably,
is your next choice.
Probably.
Yeah.
But in all fairness, I did preempt that by
You
saying.
did. I go, oh, I'm not a yogurt guy. I ignored you.
Okay, Sandra. So one last segment I got to do. We always do this. I got the 12 questions of construction.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So just there's no right or wrong.
Okay.
There's no right or wrong here. Okay. So you ready for this?
Sure. Hit me.
What is your favorite construction word?
Oh my God. I don't know. Sawdust?
Sawdust. Okay. What is your least favorite construction word?
Porta potty?
What turns you on in construction?
The smell.
The smell of
The
construction.
smell of construction. I love it. I wish
Any
I could
kind
bottle
of-
it. Like cement and like drywall and lumber. It's
You know, I did some posts with sawdust and concrete and asphalt
Really?
colognes. Eh?
Okay,
I
beautiful.
totally did that.
Sign me up.
What turns you off in construction?
the sound.
The sound.
Loud. Like
It's
only
noisy.
it's like 6 a.m. Like,
It's-
what's your problem?
No, 7 legally.
Yeah.
What is your favorite curse word or in a phrase?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
There we go. What is your favorite vehicle? Could be anything.
A Vespa.
You like Vespas?
I like Vespas. What?
They're cute.
Yeah.
I'm a motorbike guy. What is your least favorite vehicle?
I don't know, something obnoxious, like, I don't know.
Some exotic kind
Some
of...
exotic, something loud. Like, what's your
Some
problem?
small penis-driven guy or something like that? Gotcha.
An ego complex.
What construction sound or noise do you love?
I love wrenches. The sound of a wrench.
Like a ratchet?
Yeah, like
a
that.
Really? Mechanic. What construction sound or noise do you hate?
I don't know, like that shrilly saw sound.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
What is that thing? Was that
like a metal saw kind
is
of
that
thing?
what it is?
Yeah, it's like the blade
Like
is
the-
binding.
Yeah.
It's binding against material. Okay, what profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Oh, I know. I want to be a water sommelier.
Really?
Have you seen this?
No.
Yeah, I just learned about this. And I'm like, I could do it. All the water I drink? Yeah.
Really?
I have a palate for
I didn't
water.
even know that this was a thing.
I know.
I got to look it up.
Yeah.
What profession would you like? The reason I do this podcast is just to learn. What profession would you not like to do?
Oh, dentist?
I'm going to see one tomorrow.
Oh,
I
God.
got my checkup. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I've been waiting for you.
Sandra, thank you so much. Honestly, this has been
My
like
pleasure.
extremely educational, enlightening, and I've never had so much fun talking about poop.
I know, right? I
and-
told you when we started it was going to go there.
No, but it wasn't
No pun
graphic. It was
intended.
actually fun. It was fun. Like lots of pun intended. Thank you very much, guys. Everybody, check out Spaducci.com. Check out Spaducci online. Check out all these things that we talked about. They have it here. They'll deliver it to you. You can
Come
pick
shop
it up.
here.
Come shop
talk
here.
to me.
Don't be afraid.
And if you need healthy, giving the gifts of health for Christmas,
Do it.
Let's put something together.
And
yeah.
then your family, friends, everybody will
The
appreciate
most
it.
precious gift.
But remember, start with water.
Start with water.
And based on my hypothetical weight, I'm going to be drinking 4.5 liters of water. Sandra,
Yeah.
thanks so much. Watch for the post.
My
Thank you so
pleasure.
much. All right. Talk to you soon, everyone. Take care.
Ciao.